Hi, and welcome to another Take 5. Today, as I was in the office getting some things done, I began to just look around and see all the different things in the office that are used to communicate with one another. I picked a letter up off the desk and was reminded of the days when we had to send things with snail mail. Picked up my phone and I can use it to make phone calls. I have a cell phone that I can use to text or to call. I even have a smartwatch that I can communicate with. I have the laptop that I can send emails and post things on Facebook and tweet. I have a copier behind me that I can use as a fax machine if I need to send messages. I even have a walkie-talkie that I sometimes use with our safety team. All of these devices used to communicate with each other. And I'm very thankful for them, especially in the times that we're going through right now. Technology allows us as a church family to communicate with each other, to worship together online, and so that is wonderful. But I also realize if we're not careful, all of this wonderful technology can also hinder us from having real, honest communication with each other. And so then I even begin to think about how is it that God speaks to us? How does He communicate with us? Well, several things came to my mind, of course. The first and foremost is that He can communicate with us through His Word. When we spend time each day in the Bible reading, God can speak to us through His Holy Spirit, maturing us, teaching us, training us, guiding us, comforting us, and even sometimes when we need it, correcting us. And so He speaks to us through His Word. I also realize that God speaks to us through prayer. When we seek Him and go into His presence, when there are times that we are still and quiet, we can listen for that still small voice of God speaking to us in prayer. Now, not in an audible voice, but just speaking to us through our spirit, through the Holy Spirit. And He speaks to us in prayer. Sometimes He gives us leadings and prompts us maybe to call someone, maybe to go visit someone, to remember someone in prayer. And so God truly does speak to us through prayer, through His Word. God also speaks to us through other people. Sometimes God uses us to speak to other people. I know there have been times where I've come alongside someone who's going through a difficult time, and I've said to God, God, I don't have the words. I don't know what the right thing to say is in this situation. And God is always so wonderful and faithful in providing the right words at the right time. And maybe God has done that in your life, and maybe He's used you to bring comfort and healing to someone else by giving you just the right words at just the right time. We realize it's not us, that it's God, and He speaks to us and through other people. And so God also speaks to us through our life circumstances. When you and I are going through a difficult time, when we're experiencing defeat or failure, God is there to pick us up. When we're experiencing great times of victory, God is there with joy and celebrating with us. And in all the times in between, God speaks to us in whatever we're going through in our lives. Now, I list all these different ways that God is speaking to us because I want us to realize it's not a question of, is God speaking to me? It's really a question of, am I listening? Am I hearing God? Because you see, we live in a world where there are so many competing voices that sometimes we have a hard time hearing God. There are so many different voices competing for our attention, whether it is celebrities, whether it is politicians, whether it is news, whatever it is. Sometimes we have a difficult time hearing God because we are surrounded by so much other noise. And so, my prayer for you today is that you would take some quiet moments in prayer, in His Word, and reflecting on your life, and that you would truly listen and hear what God has to say to you. God bless you. We'll see you next time.